I think it's important to volunteer because a lot of the organizations that do need volunteers don't get any funding from government or other.
It gives us a purpose. It makes us feel very good about ourselves. I believe it's very much appreciated by any organization. They really depend on their volunteers.
It's important to volunteer because you help the other people and make you feel good.
It's an opportunity for me to give something back. But it's also an opportunity to feel for volunteers to help organizations. Without the volunteers, these organizations wouldn't function.
Well, I think it's important to volunteer because I actually see it every day that I drive for the Cancer Assistance Program. At the Cancer Assistance Program, drivers take clients that are going for treatments, either chemo, radiation, doctor's appointments. We take them back and forth to the hospital. And they're constantly expressing their appreciation for the fact that we're taking one of the concerns away from them during a very stressful time.
I think it's very important to volunteer to make our community a better place, and also an opportunity to be more part of the community. So I've always looked at it as a way to give something back for the good fortune that I've had.
Right now at the HBSPCA, I am working in the development office, which is for raising funds. I send out letters. We receive donations in memory or in honor of people.
I've been involved with the church for about 18 years because you will feel a lot better. At the end of the day, when you help somebody over here, it's so nice.
I did a lot of volunteering with the Cancer Society from the 1970s to the 1990s. My mother had died of a melanoma at quite a young age. And I thought I want to do something in memory of my mother, but also to help others. And so I got involved with the Mountain Cancer Unit, and I was involved with all aspects of that, from door-to-door campaigning to golf tournaments to anything that would raise money.
At CAP, my volunteer roles are mostly looking after clients who require a wig or a prosthesis. It helps me because I feel so good in myself that I can do this for them.
Once I retired, I looked for something to be able to give back. And the first thing I did is, with a few of my friends, we joined 100 Men Who Care. That's how I found out about the Cancer Assistance Program. And so I signed up, and I joined in April of 2018. Since that time, I think I've driven over 650 two-way drives back and forth from the hospital, and I find it very rewarding.
What I do here at Habitat is items that come in, whether it's donated from a store or privately donated, it needs to be checked to make sure A, it works, and B, that everything is there, so when the customer gets at home, he's not missing this or missing that.
Most of my work has been with the Royal Canadian Legion. I've served on the executive for a long period of time. I've been the Poppy Chair. I've been the Branch Service Veteran Officer. I'm also part of the Memory Project, and that project, they invite veterans to speak virtually with classrooms and with organizations across Canada to share with them our story and why it's important to remember. I've also, in 2018, I was part of a team where we put together a Red Friday event, that's Remember Everyone Deployed. And what we do is we invite the first responders and military to set up displays in our parking lot.
I like giving cakes and cookies and muffins to the community, and I give it to the fire department, Dundas Fire Department, and the nurses down at the West End Clinic in Main Street.
I do home deliveries, and Neighbor to Neighbor is the only food bank on the mountain that delivers to people who cannot get out to get their own groceries.
I think it's very important to recognize the volunteers, because I don't think a lot of companies or charities would be where they are today if they didn't have the volunteers.
I think the city is very, very wise in doing that, because what it does is it promotes and publicizes the work that these volunteers are doing. So by recognizing volunteers, the city is improving volunteerism.
I think that Hamilton has so many organizations that do good. So by showcasing these organizations, you're giving the community an idea of what's out there. Maybe then other people will volunteer.
Well, if I was honored with this year's Senior of the Year award, I would be very humbled and proud and happy to know that my work meant something to the community.
I would be so humbled. I really would. I would never have expected anything for my time as a volunteer. I would be grateful that I was even thought of. I don't come into things looking for recognition for me. I do it because I want to help people.
They would be really honored by that. With that, it would just be a culmination of over the years. When I had a business, I would mentor a lot of the younger kids who came to serve as an apprentice. And I know I helped out a lot of these kids, and I feel good about that.
I feel quite humbled to be in the company of so many other great nominees. And it's also rewarding to see the number of seniors that are in our community that go out and help and make things better.